YouTube, it's Fletch. I've done a couple of videos now talking about having a safe box or a quick grab box. I've heard all kinds of names that different people call them, but basically it is a safe box that you can keep a loaded weapon in. And this particular one that I'm going to show you here today is manufactured by Gunvault. And I wanted to show you the unit, the way I have it set up in my bedroom. And it's kind of hard to do that, excuse me, with the tripod. So I'm doing the best I can to keep this steady, but yet show you the Gunvault. So there it is. And the basic idea of this is, and let me see, get in here so I can put my hand in there. So the idea is you've got these grooves right here. Let's see if I can get that to focus. So you know you've got your hands in the right place, and then you put in a sequence of buttons. And no, that's not my normal code, but the door automatically pops open. Then you're able to safely recover a loaded weapon. And notice how my finger is not on the trigger or anywhere inside the trigger guard when I pull this out. And you guys have heard me talk about this before in my videos about the importance of safety. But again, and this is a pretty large pistol. This is a 45 ACP. This happens to be made by High Point. It's currently my nightstand gun. But that's basically it, guys. Again, you know, I start with the safety on. So when I take it out, take the safety off, finger out of the trigger guard. The importance of having something like this, guys, is that if your weapon is not readily accessible, it doesn't really do you any good. The cops are only minutes away when seconds count, especially if you live in a rural area like I do. If you call 911, you're on your own for a good 15 to 30 minutes. So, and even those of you, that live in the city, if you're allowed to have something like this, if it were me, I definitely would. But basically the way this works, guys, is that there are 4 AAA batteries that are installed back up here in the, let me move some of these holsters I got, back up in the top inside the box, back here up in the top. And those 4 AAA or AA batteries, honestly, I don't remember which right now, probably AA. I think I said AAA, but they're actually AA. Hey guys, one more feature that this box has that I think is pretty important is that it's got a low battery indicator. I've had the current batteries in there for over a year now, haven't had any problems whatsoever, but what is supposed to happen is that when the batteries start getting low, it'll start beeping all the time so that you know that it's time to replace the batteries. So theoretically, there should never be a situation to where you go to the box, put in your code, and the box doesn't open because the batteries are dead. So I thought that was important, and I wanted to add that. The batteries actually power the box. If you put in too many wrong entries, then it locks up and you can't try it again for, X amount of minutes. And if for whatever reason you forget your code, you can always use a key. And the key is the manual override. So you put the key in, turn it, and it'll pop open. And that's just a simple, one of those round keys like you used to see on the deep freeze when I was a kid. I had one of those, but that's basically it right there. Some of the other units that are on the market right now have 2 posts over here on the side of the box, and you put a 9-volt battery up to it, and that will cause it to pop open as well. Personally, myself, I like the Gunvaults better. I like the idea of a key to open it instead of just a 9-volt battery. Plus, I can always have this if, for whatever reason, I may not always have a 9-volt battery. So, that being said, a couple of things about the combinations. The combinations can be anything, any combination of fingers. So if you wanted to, you could do like 3 at the same time, 2 at the same time, 1, all 4 at the same time. So it's 4 total keys, but you're going to do them with finger pushings. So I reset this to the default, which is just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it pops open. So I'll show you again. That's the default. But if you wanted to, you could set it up so that you press like 3 fingers all at once, 1 finger, your 2 middle fingers, and then 1 finger. And you hear how it beeped real quick 3 times? That means you didn't put in the right code. And this is sculpted out so you know if your hand's in the right place. So, and again, this is bolted down to that night table stand. That's not going to go anywhere without a crowbar. And but again, this is not intended to be a safe. I know it says Gunvault, but it's not a vault. Like I said, it's a quick access box so that you can have a loaded firearm safely in your home. So again, very quick, it pops open, and you have a loaded firearm ready to go. So guys, that's what I'm talking about when I say a quick access box. And for some of you guys, you're going to be going, duh, why is he doing a video on this? Well guys, not everyone knows about this stuff. There are more and more people every day that are being enlightened as to why it might be important to be able to protect themselves with firearms in their home. So for those of you that are new, that's the idea and the concept behind a Gunvault that happens to be the name brand of this one, Gunvault Quick Access. And I've been very, very happy with the Gunvault brand. This particular one runs about $99, something like that. And you might be able to find it a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on where you are, where you shop. I know for me personally, it was cheaper just to go to a local sporting goods store because those things are pretty heavy, and when you pay shipping on them, a lot of times you're better off just to buy it locally. So there you go, guys. That is the Gunvault Quick Access made by Gunvault. This is Fletch with the Big Sky Tactical Channel signing off from Big Sky Country. God bless. Happiness is a full drum.